Here I am at Cookham in Trench 2 and I'm filming two undergraduates, Ivy and Ben. They're excavating some human legs from probably a Saxon grave of a monk that died in Cookham. And he was part of the monastic group of people. But I have here an alumni from 2017 whose identity, for security reasons, we cannot reveal, but she is willing to talk to us about her job. So, hello, and this is the sort of environment you deal with on a regular basis in your work.
Yes.
And tell me about what you do.
So I'm a forensic archaeologist. So I use traditional archaeological skills, like you can see here, and I basically put that into legal situation and help police forces with murders, missing persons and suspicious deaths.
Fantastic. And archaeology being a transferable skill, it's quite an obvious sort of career pathway really, isn't it? How many archaeology graduates do you think you work with as a percentage?
I say between 50 to 70%, quite a large amount, especially within this discipline.
Can you describe a sort of typical week in your working life?
It's quite ad hoc. There's a mixture between going out to scenes. Typical scenes can vary, but scatter scenes, so human remains on the surface, to clandestine burials, to ecological collections of entomology, vegetation and soils. And then the other times we're case managing, so working very closely with the police forces to make sure that they get the services that they need for their investigations.
And do you like your job?
I love my job. I really love my job.
I bet you do. How do you feel about some of the more recent sort of burials you have to deal with? Do you ever feel a bit queasy about what you're confronted with?
I think there's an aspect where you'll know you're doing something good, so you can go to different aspects in your mind and able to focus on that task, and it's such a detailed job that your mind is so focused on what you're doing to help that person that it kind of gets you through, and it's kind of the justice of it as well that's really interesting. And helps push you through those not so nice times.
Yeah. Do you have a counselling service attached to your job?
Yeah, we do. We definitely have options to talk to people, and that's something that everyone in the police, the contractors, that's something that is very high on everyone's minds as well, just to make sure that everyone's mental health and checking in with each one is okay.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today.
That's all right, thank you.